Welcome to Stories again. John here, along with Noah Morgan, our application specialist. Uh, Today, I'd like to talk about and mention, as this comes up in a lot of our webinars, is really setting and documenting a consistent measurement practice or standard within your organization, whether it's shift to shift or plant to plant. That's really the only way to measure things apples to apples. Maybe you can expand on that, Noah.
Absolutely. So, it all starts with, what are you trying to measure, right?
Yeah.
Once you confirm, or once you find out what you're trying to measure, what instrumentation are you using? And with each instrument, whether it be a spectrophotometer or a profilometer, each of those instruments have scalings in them, different systems for measuring. So one of the big ones is your illuminant. You want to have you want to specify what illuminant you're using. If you're using multiple, it's very important to specify that, so that, from one shift to the next, you're using the same illuminant, the same light sources, so everything is consistent, right? Now, some other things to take into account is, what color system you're using, if you're measuring color. Then if you're measuring samples standards, you're trying to match your standard colors. What color difference equation do you want to use? There's many out there to choose from, of course. And you want to measure, if you want to measure certain spots of your samples, if you want to measure certain areas, how many times you're going to measure those spots.
Right.
These are all important variables that go into play.
But and that takes, a lot of work and time. But if you don't take that time, you're going to end up with bad data, and data that isn't comparing apples to apples. It's the apples to oranges. And then that's not going to help you with your efficiencies, with waste reduction, and all of these things that ultimately cost you money.
Exactly, right. If you find out further down the line that, because you didn't spend that extra time, making a hard set of procedures, further down the line, something might happen where all of a sudden, one plant is measuring in a completely different way. And so all of your data that you're collecting and all of the data that your other plant is collecting, you put them together in the end and they're not matching. And then you have big problems.
Yep, absolutely. All right. Well, thanks for elaborating and touching on that. So appreciate your time, sir, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you.